Okay, I have now cleared Grafton for the third time. New players keep getting into the game, which is great, but having new players around is very disruptive when you're trying to do things, because either they're taking the loot that you're trying to record for, or they're following you around, which is what the last situations were. They were kind of just following me everywhere I was going, and I was like, can you just go explore, go have fun? But now that I've cleared it and no one is here currently, I can explore Grafton. So we'll start by going, I guess, in a clockwise motion, and we'll go this way and end back this way. This is where's the street name? Main Street that we're on. Well, I'll go over here first, because there is this, and then it cuts off for a bridge. So none of these houses are enterable. You can't go into them. Right here, at this house, right here is a raider or settler spawn, or an ally spawn. I actually don't know if allies do spawn here, so be aware of that. If you're not cool with the raiders, they will spawn here. They will attack you. The 4 enemies that typically show up here are, excluding the events, are super mutants, hounds, super mutant hounds, rad toads, and floaters. The 2 events that happen here in the town itself are Grafton Day and Protest March. And the main quests that are related to this place are just quests that are related to this place are Bureau of Tourism and Overseers. Overseer, what is that called? Overseers Mission? I think that's what it's called. Okay. But as you come over here, you'll see a skeleton, and this will, I guess, always be a bat, and 4 barrels of toxic waste. So this is just speculation, obviously. That's the whole point of this. It's speculation exploration. This person came in here, found these barrels, and then someone just kind of came up behind him and smashed him upside the head with a baseball bat. And I believe these barrels were being dumped into this hole, and if you come over to the other side, you can find that a homeless woman was sleeping underneath here. And there's the barrel. So she probably died of radiation. And there's the cross to the other side, but we'll end our findings there. And that's, yeah, I don't think there's anything behind these houses, right? Some of them will have like a backyard. So this person had a dog. Oh, I thought I killed all of you. 2 of you still survived. Okay. So this person had a dog, but again, nothing special here. They just live across the street from the school. And then here's the school. Here's a bus for the West Virginia School District. Someone was sleeping inside this bus. You can find a duffel bag with random ammo, a first aid kit, and the dead bus driver who was dropping the kids off. Oddly, though, typically you want the bus to let the students out towards the school. This one just lets them out into the street, unless he swerved when the bombs fell and crashed over to here. Here's the bike loops. Here's a non-school bus that's here. And someone constructed a crafting bench inside. There's a fusion core spawn location and a random ammo. There's the generators, but here's another school bus with another sleeping bag, and here's the civilian that was sleeping in it. potentially the same civilian that was... Oh, there's two of them. And these are called civilians. So these are pre-war, definitely, 100%. And they were just living here. They probably constructed that. Because this location, Grafton, was ran by the responders before they were wiped out and the place was taken over by super mutants. So there's these little shacks up on the top, which I don't get. Just live in the houses, right? Why are they living in shacks on the roof? I guess to hide from the super mutants, but there were numerous houses. Here's a locked refrigerator with ammo inside. More little lounging areas. A Kim covered table. Randomize your Kims. Inside here, another Kim box and a cooking station. Get up onto the next floor, and you'll see these all over the town, but I believe you can no longer do this event. It's one of the Enclave ones. And here's a dead soldier that has been skeletonized. And another dead soldier who was probably trying to get up onto here when they got killed. And they're onlooking that roof over there, and we can see that there's some stuff going on. So let's go ahead and check out the back area before we continue forward. It's a locked door, and inside is just a Kim box. This is like a storage room for the school. Nothing special. And this is the field where they played sports. And there is a... I'm assuming it's supposed to be a dead kid, because this is a school. A high school, right? Or was this an elementary? They have a quantum bear. This is their sports field. I don't want to say football. Oh, I think it is football for Grafton. Nothing in the water. And here's another little storage room, but again, nothing of note in there. There are these other houses that are on the outskirts. They are, I'm assuming, people who lived in Grafton, but they're all locked. Nothing of note. There is a critter spawn location right here, as you can tell by the frogs. But that's about it for here. Nothing on the benches, right? No. So there's just the one skeleton, it seems, at the school. Kind of odd. But maybe the responders were moving corpses out of the place because they didn't want people to have to see them. So let's go ahead and go through the back door and enter the school. There's a desk just thrown out here. Okay, chairs everywhere. Talking about the election. Because the election initiative, or whatever it was called, put all these voter service terminals everywhere. Automated Voting System of Appalachia, or AVA, moving democracy into the 21st century. Welcome, voter. This experimental system was designed to make long lines and wait times a thing of the past. Please join us for this system's inaugural test on Tuesday, November 22nd, 2077. Error. Elections have been suspended indefinitely. Please contact election administrators. And then the active ballot measures are basically two. There's only two. Ballot measures for 11/2/2077, special election, Senator of Appalachian Territory, previously held by Samuel Blackwell. Candidates are Ellen Jallitson and Jack Doherty. Ballot measure 6, the Appalachian Prosperity Act, to issue a bond of $2.6 billion to initiate and support the process of full automation of the Appalachian state and local governments. All human workers must be phased out of government by 2078. Yay or nay? And that is that. Right here is corpse of a woman who was coming in. So voting wasn't going to take place yet, so I don't understand why there are so many corpses in here. Like they were watching. Maybe this was a demonstration. This is the old way of voting. You drop your ballot in the box, and that's the new way of voting. And here is one of the missing child posters that we can find around the place. This is for the quest Cold Case, one of my favorite quests in Fallout 76. Missing Freddie Wood, age 7, height 3'11", weight 51 pounds. Description: last seen at Wavy Willard's Water Park on October 17th, 2077, attending a birthday party. He has brown hair, green eyes, and was last seen wearing a white t-shirt and brown shorts. If you or someone or anyone you know has seen this boy or has information about his whereabouts, please contact Miss Annie, who is coordinating the search efforts in and around Wavy Willard's Water Park. So, Wavy Willard's Water Park, all the way up here. When you get there, you can meet a Miss Nanny, who will have you begin that quest. Oh, someone was sleeping back behind all of this. Over here is a closet. Also, if you need rubber, come here. Rubber forever. Oh, 2 skeletons that were hiding in this closet when the bombs fell. And you can get a baseball uniform. Well, no, a baseball cap and then a Letterman's jacket. Guaranteed spawns here. They will always be here unless another player has already claimed them. So now let's check out the classrooms. Classroom number 1. A bunch of desks piled up and a woman and a man hiding back here with a compensated hunting rifle. Don't know why she's bent over the desk like that. We're not going to question it. We'll just assume they were hiding out and defending themselves. Here's another Letterman's jacket, but I think that one is a randomized spawn. Here's another bear. I think the bears are also randomized. Cannot confirm, because here's the third bear, and it's another quantum. Check out classroom 2. This high school also only has 2 classrooms. Making no sense to me as someone who works in education. But this professor, this teacher, I mean, heavy smoker. 3 ashtrays and 2 full packs. But I guess they could also be post-war cigarettes. Oh, there are more classrooms. It's just we can't get into the other 2. So there were at least, and here's another Letterman's. There were at least 5 classrooms here. Oh, plus an upstairs that we cannot get up to. All right. So that is the school. Here's the parking lot. Nothing special or of note there. We're still continuing down Main Street. Another house that you cannot get into. They have a lone wanderer and a picker-up truck. And just a lot of other stuff of no real importance or significance. This big old building right here is City Hall. Go into City Hall. Go into this employees only room, where you can find a lock safe, level 1 lock, and the holotape, The Beast of Grafton Part 1. Let's go ahead and give it a listen.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more
Okay, so I continued exploring while that was going on. So on the roof, you got a cooler and a first aid kit and 6 skeletons and a bunch of liquor bottles. So these people probably came up here onto the roof once they found out everything was being destroyed and died from radiation or just the blast. And here's another one. I think it's for the Enclave event, a real blast, which I don't think happens in Grafton anymore. Here's an Overseer's cache. Inside you'll find the holotape. Overseer's Mission Grafton, I think that's what it's called. You can only claim it once, which is why it's no longer in there. But here's the Grafton mayor.
Up for re-election soon. Be sure to donate to my campaign now. Seriously.
You find out about why he's the mayor and everything during the main quest. Bureau of Tourism. Here's the original mayor, I'm assuming, because why else would there be a corpse in the mayor's office unless it's the actual mayor? And there's supposed to be a holotape over here somewhere. I had thought. Oh, there it is. Mayor Mudge's private memo. Let's go ahead and give that a listen.
Just got back from a town council meeting. Bunch of pansies. No vision, no brains, no balls. I'm gonna drag a lot of them into the 22nd century if it's the last thing I do. Since I have dirt on most of those yellow-belly pissants, they won't have much of a choice. Tourism. That's what this place needs. Bunch of wide-eyed marks wandering around spending their cash on shit they don't need. Grafton Steel is the past. Water parks and shooting ranges are the future. But I have to be careful. Grafton Steel is a big campaign contributor. Can't let them think I don't have their backs. At least not until I stab them there.
So that explains why the mayor here did the Bureau of Tourism. He was programmed to believe that the tourist attractions were more important than the steel industry. But as we'll find out when doing Grafton Steel, the government cared way more about the industry than anything else. Grafton Mayor's Terminal. Office of the Mayor. This terminal and its contents are the property of Grafton Incorporated. Secure access is restricted to staff members of the Office of the Mayor. Recent bills. That first one. New elections to be held immediately. The current mayor, Gloria McNamara, McNamara shows up so much. Such a common name in Fallout. Has been derelict for over 4 years. Council vote for is 1. Against is 0. Bill, that one. Election results were unanimous, 1-0 for the new mayor, formerly the mayor's computerized assistant. So this is when the mayor, the robot mayor, was running for his election, and these are all the things that have happened since he became mayor. Next bill, transfer of the town treasury to the mayor's campaign fund. Council vote for is 1, against is 0. So that's how he got the money to pay us to do all of the things we're doing. Next bill, rename Thursday to Mayor's Day. Council vote is 1, against 0. So legally, in the town of Grafton, I guess not legally, whatever you would call it for a small town mayor, there's no Thursdays. There's Mayor's Days. Springtime Readiness. Springtime Readiness Plan by Mayor McNamara. The Black Bear Lodge has requested funds to upgrade their computer system. I told them that they could pay for their own upgrade with all the business they do. Wavy Willard's Water Park has requested an exemption to water runoff regulations. They are too important to the region's economy to deny this request. Prickett's Fort needs to install a new token-based admission system After discussing my re-election campaign at length, I've agreed to support their requests. In Clarksburg's shooting range is a mess. I've asked the police to cite them. They can't open until they clean the place up. So during Bureau of Tourism, all four of those things were what we had to take care of before the mayor here, the robotic mayor, would let us continue. Work order. My damn computer system is on the fritz again. It's asking for a cup of Slocum's Joe before it will produce the quarterly reports. It doesn't even have a mouth. Get someone from IT up here to look at it, Mayor McNamara. So it's odd because it's seeming like Mayor McNamara was the mayor before this person. But this is Richard Mudge? Was that his name? Richard Mudge? This was Mayor Mudge. So, I don't know who the actual last mayor of the town was before the bombs fell. This is Beach Street. Beach Street leads this way. So instead of going that way, we're gonna go left. But right here, we can see that a skeleton was driving, and someone, these stoplights, yeah, someone ran the stoplight, or they ran the stoplight, I don't know. I can't tell if the woman is from the zip or if the woman was from the car. But there was an accident here. And then there's a turned over truck here as well. So before we explore this whole area, let's continue down this way. There's nothing down the alley. It just leads back to the school. But there is a bus here. Oh, and right here in front of the bus is a handmade tripwire. So we can untrigger it. Instead, we'll just walk on up. And there's 2 female corpses inside. And a first aid kit. And that's all that's there. Those 2 women were trying to protect themselves and a first aid kit. Why are you guys spawning back into town? Get out of here. And now we've reached the Grafton Police Department, where a woman, I'm assuming when the bombs fell, smashed into the front door, preventing us from being able to get inside. I like how there's a street sign that just says police right next to the police station. And then there's a couple of police cars outside. Obviously, you could jump onto the roof and go in that way. But if you come along the back, you can find that the wall in the back for one of the prison cells has been smashed into. Or out? I don't know. It's hard to tell because there's rubble outside, but there's rubble inside. And as long as you have a lockpick of 1 or higher, you can pick the lock. You can find someone was inside. They died when the bombs fell because they were... I guess they weren't locked in their prison cell because this door was open when I got here. And you can come along here to see where the receptionist watched the car crash happen. But there is a level 1 safe here. There's some handcuffs. We can go ahead and walk in to see the damage. No corpses. Pioneer Scouts, ever upwards. This is a very small police station. You can go upstairs to find out the military was hanging out here after the bombs fell. We did see those 2 soldiers on the roof of the school, but there's 2 more here. One of them sleeping on top of the pool table. The other one's lying there on the ground. And here's another first aid box. And then there's just a bunch of beds sitting there. And then on the roof, we can continue up, where we find another one of these. Again, I'm pretty sure they removed the event. I have not seen it happen here in Grafton in quite some time. But we'll find a civilian or a police officer. It's hard to tell. They are wearing blue. With a bunch of bags of money. Well, not money, weaponry. And then on top of this building that I don't believe has a label on it. Nope. There's nothing of note, but it connects to another building that doesn't have a label with another ammo box. And right across is where those two soldiers were. Then a bunch of alcohol and a mattress. And that's it for here. So now we can explore this main block here. Right here is Grafton Pawn Shop. We'll explore that in a bit. They moved the tree that was in front of it because I guess like there used to be a thing leaning up here to block the door and you'd have to go underneath it, but they kind of just pushed it upwards. So now you can get on here for no reason. There's the pawn shop. That was added with right before Wastelanders. And here is a unmarked smashed store of some kind. Come inside. All of the furniture is gone. There's a shotgun shells, a shotgun, and a woman's skeleton here. And we'll head up the stairs where we'll see a man and a woman trying to hold each other's hands but are unable to. If we continue up, there's a baby's carriage. And inside there is a crib. Outside leads to a cooking station. There will be a super mutant up here, the hamper, and a little walkway that leads to another skeleton and another one of the things. Also, there's supposed to be a bunch of mines here, but I think one of the hounds triggered it. But if you go across these rooftops, which we'll just do these first, you'll find a destroyed building, another bear, that's the fourth bear at this location, and a safe in the floor, level 1 lock, like most of them, a refrigerator, nothing else of note except for an explosives box. There's a phone. If you cross that, you'll get to another one of these. And then another ammo box, random melee item, foot locker, and a skeleton. Then finally, a bunch of moonshine. One of them has alcohol in it. A closed off hot tub, metal box, and nothing else of note. So let's go back to that original place we were at, which was here, and go back down the stairs. So here was the kitchen of this apartment or restaurant or whatever it was. There's a cooler, a fridge. Here's the main bed for the parents. Little thing that walks out here, though it doesn't really serve any purpose. And a bathtub with a man and a baseball bat. And that's it for this building. So we can go ahead and head on out and keep circling this area. We can see a church over here on the left side of the street, which this street is called West Boyd. And this note is called Ghoul's Note. To those who remain, many of us have lost things we once held dear. Our voices, our skin, the taste of food. You've watched your loved ones die. You don't need to suffer alone. A new community is forming to the east. It's being built by people like you in the remains of the capital city. Join us as we prepare to leave this place. West Virginia will not be rebuilt, but our lives can still have purpose. William Keller. So to the east, they're building a place. Well, the only cities in the east are Mosstown, Berkeley Springs, and Harper's Ferry. Oh, and Tanagra Town, but yeah. So I wonder which one of those is the one that they are building. Maybe we'll look into that at a later date. But there's nothing else unique about this church if you go around it. This is one of the few churches in the Fallout universe that does not have a tragic or sinister thing happening to it. So then we'll come over here and there'll be another alleyway which we can go into. Water filter will always spawn here. Random energy weapon, and then a locked refrigerator with an unlocked ammo box inside. And back here is where Protest March will take place. This is where the protesters were meeting before the bombs fell. So when you get the event Protest March, you're going to come here. They're supposed to swarm you. They really don't swarm you like they used to. And that's all that's back there. So continuing down here, we'll see a bunch of billboards, because this is like a little shop area. Grey Tortoise Famous Cigarettes, Super Duper Mart, Supradent, which is the toothpaste in the Fallout universe. Then a bunch of closed off storefronts. This just leads back to the hallway. Not the hallway, the alleyway. But this one is open. Inside we find another poster for Freddy. Another level 1 locked safe. So if you need to get your lock picking, we found a lot of safes here. And then it leads into this place, but we'll explore that in a bit. Let's go ahead and head upstairs. We will find a man next to a door that's been blown outward. He must have been like the janitor or the cleaning person. But why did the door blow up this direction? And in this room, the first room here, there's a door over there. Another refrigerator, but there's a note. Darius Angler's Manifesto, Part 1. I hate Grafton Steel Mill. Too many of us that work there are getting hurt. They don't care about us. They only care about profits. That's why I quit. I tried to get my brother Billy to quit, but he needs the money. Grafton Steel don't deserve me. They don't appreciate me. I'm the best chemist this side of the Mississippi. They'll never be able to replace me. That will show those bastards. What's that? And how will it show those bastards? So this Darius, and there's part 1, which means there's more than one part. Actually, I'll spoil it. There are 5 parts. Here's his audio tape. Seems like he doesn't like Grafton Steel, and he's planning on getting revenge of some kind. So let's go ahead and listen to Darius Angler's audio log.
Killed my brother. Those bastards at the Grafton Steel Mill killed Billy. Mandatory overtime, they called it. He should have never been on those catwalks. I can't bury him. When you fall into a vat of molten steel, there's nothing left of you. I'll get them for this. I'll show those bastards.
So his brother died falling into a vat of molten steel because he was too tired working the shifts at Grafton Steel. And we'll learn more about that when we go explore Grafton. Here's the bathroom. He's got 2 stim packs in his sink, but that's really it. Before we head up there, let's see where his room leads off to. It breaks into someone else's room. And then it breaks off again into another person's room where there's a bunch of alcohol bottles, randomized ammo, and a path that leads up the stairs where we find the corpse of a woman overlooking the street. And that just leads back down to the street below. So instead, we'll backtrack and we'll go up these stairs. Grab the caps off the corpses. And we enter another kitchen. There's another bathroom with nothing of note inside of it. And we're in a bedroom where there is 2 skeletons in the fireplace. And a level 2 locked door that leads into an office that just has a missile in it. Seems a bit like a waste of a level 2 lock. But that's about it for here. So I guess we'll go out here onto this balcony, and this leads back to where we were before. So let's go ahead and backtrack again. So we'll walk on out, and we'll turn and head this way to see the building that was connected. And it seems like oh, it's the robot. A very politics-heavy building where they are doing voting. On the ground, we can see a valid ballot. Pick that up. Can we look at it? No? No. And that's because the valid ballot, is from a cut quest that was going to involve running for mayor or president. But obviously I guess they couldn't logistically make it work because if every player ran for mayor, how would every player get to be mayor? On the desks over here is a shotgun. It is guaranteed to always be a shotgun. So if you need a shotgun and you're an early level player, come to Grafton. Then there's a door that opens up. This leads to a storage room that leads out to the alley. And that ends off the little blocked cube here. But across the street from it is where the responders were hanging out. You can find a responder's corpse here. A second responder's corpse here. Inside we can find a dead settler that they were trying to help. Fuel, randomized headgear, a hunting rifle, I believe it's always there, and we have Greg.
Are you from Vault 76? I saw your overseer. She was chuckling to herself about the mayor. Such a nice lady.
So our overseer has passed through Grafton, which we already knew because we found her holotape.
Are you thirsty? I might have a few beverages. I would hate to see anyone dehydrated.
Okay, sounds good, Greg. And then we can find this trailer that can be opened. And inside is a bunch of ammo. There'd also be a bunch of ammo here. It didn't spawn for me. I don't think I've picked it up recently. And then behind here, is there anything of note? No. So that finishes off this block, and we can continue moving. So we still need to explore over there. Well, not what I was pulling out. Still need to explore over there, and then we still need to explore the upper area. So let's go ahead and head to the upper area next. And then we'll loop all the way back around in a circle, or as close to a circle as we can get. So so right now we're on St. John Street, but this is Francis Street, and let's go all the way to the end and start there, and then work our way to the side. So first off, there is a destroyed building, but there is nothing of any importance in here. Then there's another building over here, but you cannot get inside, and there is nothing of any importance in here. So right here appears to be a van with explosive crate inside of it. More ballots, lots and lots of ballots, a chem cooler. And on this desk, or table, is The Beast of Grafton Part 2. Let's give it a listen while we look around the street.
Tonight, we bring you the final chapter of The Beast of Grafton. When last we left off, two teenagers, Robbie Cockrell and Peggy Mansfield, were running for their lives after a harrowing car accident, trying to escape a frightening creature stalking them.
So we didn't see much in any of these places, but we've reached W. Wilford Street, which we can enter. Inside we can find notice of termination. Grafton Steel, Greater Appalachian Region, August 14th, 2077. Mr. Otis Pike, 316 W. Wilford Street, Grafton. Subject to employment termination. Mr. Pike, this letter serves as formal confirmation of our informal discussion today regarding the termination of your employment with Grafton Steel. It is important that you have been drawn into this ridiculous propaganda. As a law-abiding government contractor, Grafton Steel abides by our commitments to meet or exceed standards for safety and production. You have demonstrated a complete disregard for Grafton Steel's reputation, its importance to the war effort, and repeated counsel intended to help you. Sincerely, Stacy Tibbetts, Human Resources Manager. So, this house belonged to someone named Otis Pike. And he was terminated from Grafton Steel, which this actually plays into the main, the side quest called Cold Case. So if we go upstairs, we can see a Grafton Dam editorial. The Charleston Herald opinion editorial by Mr. Quentin Giese. Sunday, May 2nd, 2077, Grafton. Friends and neighbors, I know that many of you disagree with me, but please hear me out. Let the mechanical bot do the dangerous work that injures or kills so many of our loved ones. My own workplace, the Grafton Dam, has fully automated site operations, and our workers' safety has increased dramatically. Sure, we don't trust the bots to perform without us watching them, but we can do that from a safe distance. With easy lessons, the average worker can become the bot's supervisor and make even more money than before. Bots are tireless and effective at the repetitive and unhealthy tasks. Let them do the dirty work. This is kind of odd because Grafton Dam has no robots at it, yet it's fully automated. Inside, we can find a man on the toilet and a woman in the bathtub. Is this Otis Pike? Okay, let's go ahead and head on downstairs, where we can find our fifth bear. This one's a Bumble Bear. Again, I don't know if these are the guaranteed bears for these locations. Here's a terminal. He has a jukebox in the basement. Let's go ahead and read it. All systems are A-OK. Howdy, Otis. What would you like to do? Let's check the calendar. Error. Out of range. Let's check the diary. It's probably dumb to write this down, but I gotta get my thoughts put down somewhere. So I guess this is my diary. February 26th, 2077. Now Colton and Leland have passed on. The steel mill just keeps pumping poison out. I'm not sure what to do. What can I do? I can't get other work with my back being so bad, and Arthur is kin. May 7th, 2077. That cute Susie Jenkins died horrible, with lumps growing inside her little body. I feel so bad for her, folks. No one should have to bury a little child like that. I don't see that I have any choice. Arthur can't see past the dollar signs and doesn't give a crap about anything. People are dying. May 14th, 2077. I finally did it. I secretly told the news about what's happening here. The safety rules are ignored and kids are dying. It's not right. June 28th, 2077. Oh boy, I stirred up the hornet's nest. There's protesters and reporters and all kind of people camping outside the steel works now. They're blocking the trucks and such. They're real riled up. July 2nd, 2077. Soldiers claim and cleared those folks out and posted guards with guns. Arthur was laughing about it today, talking about those commie whiners getting what's coming to them. I guess I gotta try something else to make things right. August 14th, 2077. Got fired today and booted off the premises. Said they knew I was helping the protesters. Guess being kin didn't matter. Arthur didn't even talk to me himself. I guess I have to find another way. So, Grafton Steel is pumping out toxic gas that is killing people, killing children. And this Otis Pike made it his mission to tell the press and try to get it stopped. But he was accused of being a communist supporter. Correspondence. My phone sounds like it's going off because it is. Received correspondence. Kid Secure. From Kid Secure Customer Support. Sent August 23rd, 2077 to Otis Pike. Subject RE Trafficking Feature. So we won't go into this stuff because this all plays into the quest called Cold Case. So we'll save it for that. It will be linked below when I finish it. So now, let's finish making our round about here. There are the houses that are down here, right next to the station. And then we're going to continue our loop. So here's the first one. I keep checking mailboxes because sometimes mailboxes will have names. None of these have. It's just a little cooking fire that has gone out. And right here is the second spawn location of either a settler or raider, but nothing else of note. And then this building, which has no significance whatsoever, but was potentially a bank by the looks of it. Yep. So then over here is a storeroom with a chemistry station. So we work our way around that. There's nothing else of significance here, but we're getting towards the train stuff. Here's another tent for voters. There's a lot of shotgun shells. Like, all of these voting places, people just be brandishing shotguns. A duffel bag. And then another large building of no real significance. And a dump truck. And not the good kind. Bunch of dumpsters. And another little shack here. This will spawn a fusion core. Someone has already claimed it. Inside, it's just another workstation. You can get almost every workstation. Actually, no, you can get... No, there's no power armor station. Grafton has every workstation that is not a power armor station here. Then there's some trailers with stuff that has fallen off of them since the bombs have fell. There's a sleeping bag in here, but nothing else of notice. And then we're all back to here. So now all that's left is exploring this and then Grafton Pawn. So let's go ahead and check out this truck. There is... Didn't want to play games. There is a little raft with some dead fishermen. I don't know if I want to check this entire stream for corpses. There is the one. And then there's a tire swing over here. Even though this water really ain't that deep for a tire swing. This is the bridge that they talk about in the story. That Grafton monster story said that there was a lab over by the bridge. But there's no lab that I can see over by the bridge, unless it's hidden. And there's this trailer here with a semi. The driver's still inside. I hear you. Where are you? But there's a holotape that has fallen out.
Damn it, it's this thing. Okay, it's recording. OJB here, and you would not believe what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, I'm sitting here driving this truck, and what do I see ahead but a sky full of... Well, there's these streaks of light like nothing I ever seen. Woo, boy, howdy. It's majestic, like shooting stars in early morning light. Only I ain't never seen them in the morning like this. It's like a rocket streaking through the blue sky, or like... Oh, shit, was that nuclear? Oh, shit, it exploded. Oh, damn it, I was staring right at it. Oh, I'm blind. Shit, I can't see.
Something large escaped. Caution, hazardous material. Escaped from the back of his truck. Property of... Vault-Tec? Yeah, there was something in here. So was that tale true? Was there a real beast of Grafton and a real laboratory out here somewhere that this guy was delivering to? And there's another truck there. Some more cars. There's a trash can perfectly perched on top of that. Who knows? Maybe at a later date, the lab that existed out here will become known to us. And we can find out where this man was taking this Vault-Tec stuff and that beast. So now all that we have left to do, well, not all that we have left to do, but we need to cross this toxic river and see what's going on over here. So I guess we'll start from the bridge. We'll go left. First house, got 2 parking spots. My light was on. Nothing of note. Anything in the backyard? No. There's a picker-up truck. You can get a shovel here, so if you don't have a shovel... Oh. Why does this picker-up truck have two coffins? Why were they... Okay. No other information than that. Maybe they work at the cemetery, and they... No, because that's a battlefield war cemetery. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't think of any good reason this person has 2 coffins in the bed of their picker-up truck. But here's a military blockade. Destroyed home. Nothing of significance here. Nothing inside. Here's another home. We go around. Nothing of note. This home has a barbecue outside and a U.S. flag, but nothing else of note. Oh, they do have a swing set. We move on to the next one. No name. Again. We'll check their backyard. But no. A lot of these Grafton homes don't seem to matter. If you do need oil, though, you will find a lot of gas canisters around Grafton. Okay, here's another one. Another bike. Bunch of barrels. This person has a gated yard. Ooh, how special. But their home doesn't seem special either. Neither does their neighbor. They just got a gate and double barbecues. There's a little park area with a swing set, a seesaw that does not work. It's probably petrified from being outside for so long. But here's the double house. No name. Not important. Get some more ballots. Lots more ballots. Another ballot place with weapons and ammo at it. And we can find a... Is this a Red Rocket? Or is this just a different gas station? This appears just to be a gas station. That's not a Red Rocket gas station. Advertisement for the Super Duper Mart. Okay, there was bombs there. Then I don't know why I didn't see them. It's just a little grocery store. So if you need pre-war food for a challenge that says collect pre-war food, Grafton's your place. You know, they're safe. Lots more pre-war food. Another pickable lock with explosives on it. It didn't go off, though. And it will have a working Nuka-Cola station. Okay. So all that's left is this house and then Grafton Pawn Shop. And as I suspected, nothing of importance in this house. Or in this boat. I should have brought my my suit with me so I can get inside the water, but it doesn't seem like there's anything in there anyways. But that's it. All that is left is the pawn shop. We've explored the entirety of Grafton. I decided not to include the pawn shop in the entirety of Grafton thing because, one, it is its own location. I mean, not on the map, but it's its own thing. And two, this is already very long of a video to include everything about Grafton in it. So, yeah, when it's finished, it'll be linked below, and then you can check it out. Is that one of the iBots? It is, but it's dead.